Alright, how's it going everybody? VikingsMan18 here. I just wanted to do something a little new, and something that I haven't really done before, which is leave a review for a game after finally beating it on my channel, and that is of course for this game right here, Dragon Age of the Veilguard. If you've been following my channel for a while, you would know that one of the things I've been kind of doing on the channel lately, I've been playing through all the Dragon Age games to get ready for this one, and it came out October 31st of 2024. Yes, I'm slow. It took me like 2.5 months to beat. And I'm going to give a little bit of a review here. And it's going to have spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, stop watching right now. And we're just going to go over a couple things. It's going to be a quick review. First things first, the story of the game. You will play as Rook, another new main character, which has been the same for every Dragon Age game so far. So that wasn't surprising. And you are tasked with stopping the two elven gods that have been released at the beginning of the game because of the disruption to Solus's ritual. Now, if you haven't played the previous game, Inquisition, this game will probably be a little confusing for you. Even though they say you can jump right in and play it like normal, you can, but I think you'd be doing yourself a very big disservice if you didn't play at least Inquisition before this game. Dragon Age 1 and 2, you don't really have to play for this one, but I'd play through them all. They're great games. And yes, you were tasked with taking out the two elven gods, Elgranon and Gillenane, from destroying the world of Thedas again. And that is pretty much the story of this game. It's going to be a long journey. There's 3 acts in the game. And I do gotta say, talking about the acts, the pacing can be a little weird in the game. Like Act 1 felt kind of like a slog when you're building the team, and I hate saying that because like when you're building the team in Mass Effect 2, it's like so amazing, and I genuinely enjoy all the characters in this game. But the pacing felt a little off at times. I think part of that is my own issue, because if you watch the playthrough, I'm one of those players that like when there's side quests and companion quests, I always try to get them all completely done before I move on with the main mission, and that can kind of cause me to get like burnt out on the game because the side missions are usually not as good as the main mission. I would say that is also the case for this game, where the side missions are not, some are good, like some of them are really good, like don't get me wrong, but there's also some that are, there's basic side missions for the game. Going to the combat of the game, I enjoyed it. It's very fluid, it's very fun. Not much for me to say there. It's nothing like the previous games, which I think is a good thing, because it's a good combat system for the way video games are made today, I guess, if you get what I'm trying to say. And there's not much for me to say about that. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. The characters. Sorry, I kind of have like a little bullet point list to my left here. The characters of the game. You are, like I said, Rook. I enjoyed Rook as the main character. I did enjoy him. The Veilguard, your team. I gotta say I enjoyed every member of the team. Some more than others. Definitely. The side characters, I enjoyed them all really. Like the leader of every faction, I enjoyed Efka and them for the Grey Wardens. I enjoyed the Shadow Dragons, Tarkus and the Viper, and the list goes on. It was nice to see Isabella come back for the, what are they called? I forget what they're called, but the ones from Irvain. Oh my lord, I forget their name already. Lords of Fortune. It's cool to see Isabella come back. It's a little weird not seeing any kind of, like, when I played Dragon Age 2, Isabella romanced my Hawk, and of course they didn't import any decisions from the previous games except for like 3 of them from Inquisition. But still, it sucks, but it's cool to see her in the game. And pretty much the characters I just enjoyed. I thought they were all good characters. Harding came back from the last game. You had Lucanus, you had Nev, you had Tosh, you have Davrin. Who else am I missing? Emmerich, Ballara, and I think I got them all. And like I said, I enjoyed them all. The villains, we once again, the Venatori have returned from the previous game. They're kind of like the minions. We have the Darkspawn who come back, which is also cool. I always love fighting the Darkspawn. And then, of course, the main 2 baddies, Elgranon and Gillenane, the Elven Gods, as you find out. They are, but they aren't. But that's just play the game to get more about that. And They were good baddies. I enjoyed them. I really did. I thought Gillinane was a freak, and Elgernon has that like that brute, just dictator style, like of him how he was, and I thought they were good villains. I thought they did really well for this game. I put on one of my bullet point lists. I wanted to talk about the Veilguard companion stories. Some are good, some are weaker than others. I felt like some of them could have been a little bit better. Some of the highlights for them, I've got to say, I really enjoyed Davrin's with the Gloom Howler. Who else? Who else? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through them. Lucanus's was really good. The entire Antivan Crow, like missions in Treviso and everything else, were great. Lucanus's side missions were great. Some of the weaker ones, I didn't really enjoy Harding's. Balara's was kind of mid. Oh, Emmerich's was great. Emmerich, trying to decide if he could become the Lich or not. And then you had Manfred. You gotta love Manfred. But I wasn't really big on Tasha's, Harding's. Who else? Balara's was mid. That's kind of it, I think. I don't think I'm missing one. Oh, Nev. Nev's was very mid as well. But they were fun. I enjoyed them. It's nice that you had to go through them to kind of make them become heroes of the Veilguard, which if you played Mass Effect 2, it's basically like loyalty missions. But in Mass Effect 2, you only had to do one mission. In this game, there was like 10 plus missions for every character. Which I gotta say, felt like there was a little too many side missions at some point. I don't need a mission to go see Tasha's mother again or something like that and have dinner with. I mean, they were important missions for some of them, but some of the cutscenes I was just like, do we really need to be doing this? What's next? The final mission of the game, or missions, once you pass the point of no return. I thought they did it really well. Big spoiler here, so cover your ears if you made it this far and you don't want to be spoiled. I wasn't really big on the fact that at least one person has to die in the game. Now, don't get me wrong. I really like the fact that everybody can die if you choose poorly or you didn't do their side missions or you didn't do anything like that. I really enjoy that. But I don't enjoy that there's not a way to have everybody live. And that's just the person in me who enjoys seeing a happy ending, I guess you can say. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in the very beginning of the first end mission, you have to choose a mission to be led by either Davrin or Harding. And based on who you choose to lead it, they will inevitably die. You can't do nothing about it to stop it. And I chose Harding in my mission. I didn't know any of this going into it at all either, by the way. I had no idea they were going to die. I had no idea how any of this worked. But I looked it up afterwards to see what I did wrong that made Harding die, and I find out I didn't do anything wrong. I just chose her. Now, after that choice, based on who you choose for specific missions, if they're not heroes of the Veilguard or you choose very poorly on who you have lead certain missions, people can die. And as far as I know, you can have every single companion die. And that did not happen for me, fortunately. It's kind of obvious with a lot of the choices of who they want you to pick, but you can still mess it up. The ending, where it seems like I got the good ending of the game. I did all the side missions. I did all the companion missions. I did all the crossroads missions in the Fade. Because of that, I got the essence of Mythal, who basically convinced Solus to turn back to the good side at the end. And from what I understand, if you don't do any of that, it's kind of a either bad or neutral ending no matter what you do. I ended up getting the good ending, which I thought was a very satisfying ending. I enjoyed the ending of the game. Now, I will say playtime. I played it on an easier setting, and I did every single side mission, and I did every single companion mission, and I explored some. At one point, I kind of just stopped exploring for the chests and stuff, because I didn't really care. To be all honest, I didn't really care at all about it. But just doing that stuff, it took me about 45 hours of in-game playtime, which is more than enough time for a game of this style. I mean, it fits the Dragon Age pretty, the settings pretty well with that. It's not too long, not too short. If you would have rushed through the game, you could probably beat it in like 15, 20 hours, but you probably get a horrible ending. Or you can just skip all the cutscenes, because that's where all the stuff is. The dialogue I do want to talk about is a little rough in parts of the game, but you'll understand what I'm talking about. And then the final rating I'm going to give the game, I have a little thing here, I'm going to hit it. The final rating I'm going to give it is an 8.5 out of 10. I didn't think it was good enough to be a 9, but I felt like it deserved better than an 8. So I went in the middle and I did an 8.5. The game, like I said, does have some issues. The dialogue, the pacing, stuff like that. The missions can be a little bit better put. And but the game was really fun. I enjoyed it. I thought it was worth the $70 I paid for it full price when I got the game. It is, in my opinion, the second best Dragon Age game so far. I would say, if I'm basing it just off a whole package, Origins is by far the best Dragon Age game. I've given up on the fact that we're never gonna be those style of game again for Dragon Age. We've moved past it. And but Origins will always be my favorite. Veilguard I would put at number 2. And then it used to be Inquisition 3rd and Dragon Age 2 at the very end. But I gotta say, when I replayed 2, I actually enjoyed it more than I used to. I used to crap on it a lot. I would give it like a 6.5, 7 out of 10 Dragon Age 2. But we're not here to talk about that. But yeah, my final rating, 8.5 out of 10. I would love to see what you guys thought about the game when you played it yourself. Tell me your opinions in the comments. If you hated it, if you loved it, if you thought it was in between, or if you were like me, who you thought it was a very, very good game. I think this game did well enough to secure the future of Dragon Age. I really hope to see another one. Hopefully it's not a 10-year gap like before. But we do have Mass Effect 5 coming, so I'm really excited for that. Alright guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you for more videos later on. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you later.